Tonight's show we dedicate to the godmother of revolution, the Honda Abiel Doom.
Honda.
You know what I mean? 21 gun salute.
My godmother.
Yes. Warrior. You know what I mean? For those who don't know, Nahanda Abiel Doom, one of the soldiers, freedom fighters, you know, who's been exiled in Cuba for quite a while. We're going to get into about her. Also, my main man, James Ingram. You know what I mean?
He only had like 5 hits. Why are we dedicating him, man?
This guy right here,
He's got 5 hits.
This guy right here.
I got it with 7 hits.
Oh, my
got
goodness.
3 hits,
Oh,
man.
my goodness.
You got 3.
These guys are
it's
violating.
What if 100 ways and what else?
Also, I want to dedicate this to my city. There's a lot of violence going on right now. A brother I've known throughout the years, went to school with. For my folks in Bridgeport, Gino Rogers gunned down last Saturday. You know, after that, the whole courthouse melee and all of that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of violence going on. Also, my man, Razzie Hancock, who was also murdered this year. The first 2 homicides in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I dedicate this to y'all. You're listening to Renegade Culture.
Renegade.
Renegade's in the building. What's happening?
We chilling, yo. We doing good today. Tonight is the Red Cup special, man.
Tonight is the Red Cup special. Yeah, I had to catch myself because my mouth was feeling kind of juicy when I said Renegade Culture. I ain't want to throw no joints. Anyway, Red Cup edition. Red Cup edition.
It always got
had to.
I mean,
anyway.
What you do when you're not in the booth, man? We want to hear about
I have no idea. Oh, this guy right here.
Mouth, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Last time I was on the air, he was talking with y'all. He was talking something about some
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, to all our people that's watching.
I don't know what's going on,
As you can tell, we got a couple weirdos on to my right.
We got
the gentleman on the left.
In the house. Who are special guests?
I mean, a special guest. We have one special guest. We got one guest.
Oh, damn, no.
He's been here before. You can't be special guest twice.
A return guest.
Return guest.
My man Marcus Coleman.
Marcus Coleman's in the building.
Dynamic
Renegade.
Dynamic
activist. We're going to do that? We're going to do the Renegade Culture?
Please don't.
I come with that, you know, the song with Jay-Z and them, the Renegade.
Oh, yeah.
Never been afraid to say what's on my mind.
See, that's the real Renegade. He don't know about that.
And our other special guests.
We have these special guests.
Attorney. Organizer, activist, civil rights lawyer.
Yes.
Gerald Griggs in the house.
Gerald Griggs is in the building. Wait, this guy, you ain't do it right, man. Gerald Griggs is known as the justice fighter.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell it, brother.
This brother right here.
All right.
When you say justice fighter, that means something. You know, you got Superman.
To that.
You got Aquaman.
That's right.
You got the Black Panther.
That's right.
Who should have been mentioned first.
Oh, boy.
And you got the Justice Fighter.
The Justice Fighter.
This cat right here, he'll fly over the motherfucking joint and scoop your ass out the jail cell, put you on his back, and be like, did it today. Yes. We got my man Gerald Griggs in the building. Attorney Gerald Griggs.
Thank you for
You know what I mean?
What's going on, guys?
We also got my man, like we here in Playback Sound Studio.
Oh, how could we forget? We got my man Naka, who always bring the nonsense.
Hey, you know, I'm chilling on the low tonight. Y'all got a lot of topics. I just like to hear tonight.
I don't even know why you said that, man. Why? If you're not gonna say nothing, don't speak. It's a waste of my
consistent.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I think you was gonna come out with something.
Bring the nonsense.
The book of sleep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Keep asleep if you gonna sleep. Be sleep. Yeah, you sleep and talking at the same time, or you be sleep talking.
I'm not gonna say much
sleep
tonight.
talking. I'm not gonna. I'm mute.
I'm mute.
Oh, okay.
We got an intern in the house.
We got another intern.
Intern, what's your name?
I'm Brian.
You got Brian in the building. Brian cooling and peppermint. Brian over there laid back. Brian looked like he just left Humboldt County with like a bag of Sisamilia, and he smoked that shit on the way here.
My man Brian.
And he got a camera. But
chilling.
we fucking with Brian.
We like Brian.
He didn't pawn the camera.
The last intern didn't last too long. He didn't come back again. What's going on?
The last 7 interns didn't come back.
Brian, I hope you're back. I hope we see you again, brother.
I hope this intern return. How about that?
Yeah.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, listen to Renegade Culture. We can say fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
We can say fuck the prosecutors.
Fuck the prosecutors.
And we can say fuck Jermaine Dupri.
Fuck the police.
We about to go in tonight, baby.
We about to go in.
Some things about to go down tonight, baby.
We're going to talk about what's going on in the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about some cases. We're going to talk like, dude, what the fuck? What's happening all around the world tonight.
And Naka's nonsense to keep it content. Well, Naka's silent tonight, so he might be mute.
Yeah.
So silent night, holy night.
Loud enough tonight.
Your jack is always loud
There's
enough.
a contribution.
Yes, his contribution to this jam, his jacket.
Familiar color, Attorney Griggs.
Yeah,
Yes. Familiar
Is
color.
those the Justice colors?
No, the
Nope.
Justice color yellow and black.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
yellow.
Yeah, that was
Is
going.
this yellow?
I was
Oh, my
going. I was
bad.
going NAACP.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
NAACP.
right.
Oh, you NAACP as well.
Yeah, vice president.
Vice President NAACP. Oh, we got a lot tonight.
We got a lot.
We about to rock. Anyway, you listen to Renegade Culture.
We be back.
We the building.
Yo, we is back.
Yes, I brought it down a notch, whatever.
Oh, this is the cool Kalanji.
It's cool, Kalanji
laid back
shit. But I might have to turn up.
All right.
You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm going to turn up because of the fact that I seen some very disrespectful shit in Atlanta recently. You know what I'm saying? I mean, first of all, we got this Super Bowl situation and everybody's down to bow for Kaepernick or get down and salute him and all that type of stuff when it's seasonable. However, when the NFL brings the Super Bowl to one of the blackest cities in America, folks forget all about what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Or as my Puerto Rican homies up top would say, what happened? You know what I'm saying? You know, cats forget what's going down.
I've ever heard in my life.
Listen.
Like Puerto Rican dude.
Yes, thank you. And Gerald's teaming up with you too. And you got this guy. You can't trust this man.
Son,
He'll drive you all the way up.
Right now, you're telling the truth.
But anyway,
the Super Bowl.
yes, Super Bowl right now.
Atlanta.
Super Bowl 53 here in Atlanta.
You got people like Gladys Knight.
You got
doing
people like
national
Gladys
anthem.
Knight. You know what I'm saying? Trying to
5.
instead of her.
Maroon 5.
But see, we expect that from Maroon 5. But Gladys Knight with her damn chicken and waffles, and Jermaine Dupri with his damn waffles in the Waffle House.
Now, what's Jermaine Dupri doing?
Well, his little short ass.
The Super Bowl live concert, and he said it had nothing to do with the Super Bowl, but then we see him riding around with the Super Bowl trophy. So we got to have a conversation about Mr. Dupri.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about that. But he said he's doing, and that's the contradiction right now. And I think we talked about that before. The man says that he's not a part of the Super Bowl. However, he's doing Super Bowl concerts. So in other words, that's like saying, okay, boom, I'm not going to the Klan rally, but they're having a barbecue, so I'm gonna just go through there and support the
I'm walk
barbecue.
around with the hood.
Yeah, I mean, how does that
Not a
work?
part of
You
the
know what I'm
Klan.
saying? It's like, no,
I
I'm
just
not.
got this spear hood.
Yeah, you know, this sheet just happened to be shaped like that, and a bunch of white folks with some Confederate flags and a fiery cross just happened to swing through. But I'm not going to their rally though.
So
They
what's the
just got cool
background
barbecue.
story? So Jermaine Dupri, he on his own, he said he's going to do Super Bowl parties or what?
Well,
What's happening?
the background story is I was on another radio station, and I made some comments about Mr. Dupri doing Super Bowl Live. And then Mr. Dupri reached out on social media to have a conversation with me, which went left. A lot of yelling, a lot of screaming by Mr. Dupri, and I finally calmed him down and said, listen, you need to speak to the mothers that have been affected by police brutality, and then we can have another conversation.
So he's yelling at you on social media.
Yeah, he's like, man,
So
you know, you shouldn't have brought my name up, you clout chasing and all this other stuff. And I'm like, bruh, you brought yourself into this conversation by disrespecting us by saying boycotts and protests don't work.
Oh, is that what he said?
That's what he said.
Okay.
He said that when he announced the Super Bowl Live concerts with Verizon. And
Okay.
so I said, well, you aligning yourself with the NFL, and then you crap on the work of activists who've been putting their bodies and their lives on the line, you know, for a long time. So we need to have a conversation.
So he did a type by. He came by typing some crazy shit. on your page.
He got you know, reckless
Busting
Twitter
caps.
fingers. You know,
Yeah.
and so we invited him to come on out from social media and let's have
Okay.
a conversation
Into the
together.
real world.
Yes.
And he did that.
Okay.
He did that.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we sat down for about 2 hours.
How did that take place? I know you said you sat down, but I understand that he brought another artist in, so on and so forth. Can you speak on who some of the players were that he
Who was
that
meeting?
actually
Yeah.
came
Oh
with
yeah,
you?
well, so what happened was we were, you know, kind of struggling back and forth on how you set this up, and so he brought in a good friend of mine, my son the General,
My son from Rough Riders.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
to mediate this, and I really appreciate my son for coming in. But my question was, we're in Atlanta, why did you need to bring somebody else from out of Atlanta to
From New
mediate
York.
this? But that's fine. My son did a great job.
Okay.
And so we set it up to go to Jermaine's. I think that was his studio or something like that. And we invited some of the mothers that I knew that would educate him on what's actually been happening. So Felicia Thomas was there, Monterio Robinson was there, and the father of Kane Rogers, D, was there as well. And so we sitting down, and then later, Shalit Tilson's mother comes. And so we having this conversation, and we brought up Waffle House, and we brought up the NFL protests. Both times he acted like he didn't know what we were talking about. And then he started asking, well, wasn't Kaepernick taking the knee over something else? And Ms. Thomas had to educate him. She said it's the biggest protest since the 60s, and it is. And so we had a back and forth. Another activist, good friend of mine, I Am City, was there. Queen Yanajawa Lone Wolf was there. And, of course, my son was there. And we just had a conversation.
But in the end, you said it turned left in the conversation, or?
Well, it turned left from the beginning. When he started, this man, I told this man that I was going to offer the platform. And I said, Jermaine, we weren't interested in
hold on.
tickets.
So he started, he started out the gate saying this man.
This man pointed at me.
Oh, okay. So he was like, what's homeboy name that was up against Obama? McCain.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one over there. So he tried to deal with you like you was
Yeah, like I was a child.
Oh, okay.
And so my thing was, this is not about me and you. This is about these mothers. So you can hear from these mothers. We don't have to agree, and I don't think we're ever going to agree on what your position is or what your opinion is, because this city was born on protests. Dr. King was one of the luminaries of protests. So, and I educated him on that. But then, he wanted to say what he wanted to say. In my opinion, protest doesn't work. Well, then, if protest didn't work, why are we even here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Jermaine's about them checks. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, he said that they didn't cut him a check. He was just performing out of the kindness of his heart.
So you mean to tell me this whole Verizon? Let me tell you something.
Verizon.
Come on. I don't give a fuck. If you put Kamau and I near that particular concert, we getting a check. You understand what I'm saying? And we for the people as they come. I'm Kamau. How much are we getting? You know what I'm saying?
What's the point otherwise?
We ain't fucking with these little motherfuckers when we playing no games.
Jermaine ain't been the same since Janet dumped him.
Exactly. Ain't since Jermaine. Yeah. Wow.
That was a bomb now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it was like Janet. Janet turned him off.
Janet did drop him.
You know what I'm saying? The way Bobby dropped Janet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
You're a little delayed. Can you get that?
I'm sitting here trying to.
Speech is a little slurred, too.
I know. It's the Red Cup edition.
I'm here with two attorneys tonight.
Red Cup edition.
Kamau and the Freedom Fighter. And my man Marcus Coleman over there riding shotgun.
True.
Marcus Coleman is the sponsor tonight. I'm not going to tell you what he sponsored.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Howsoever.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? We're in ATL.
All right.
You know what I mean? Matter of fact, we're going to change the name of this. This is now Rap Brown, Georgia, in honor of my man, H. Rap Brown,
That's what we're
formerly
talking
Imam Jamil Alameen.
No. Formerly H. Rap Brown. Now.
Formerly H. Rap Brown. Yes, formerly H. Rap Brown.
Let's
We're
get
going
that
to
straight,
call
brother.
this RBG Rap Brown, Georgia.
True that. I like that.
Right? You know what I'm saying? We are in the home of the RBG Rap Brown, Georgia, and we feel that all organizers and freedom fighters, we're definitely in the heart of it right now. That is my main man, you know what I'm saying, one of our leaders who put that work in. And I think that it's important for us to pay homage to those who came before us.
That's right.
And helped us to get on this path to be on.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, we have tonight, first of all, we have a guest co-host.
That's right.
Our man Marcus Coleman in the
Marcus.
building. Saving ourselves. Whenever Coleman's in the building, it's a problem. Understand that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Coleman has been corrupted. When I first met Coleman, Coleman was
What's his
wrong.
name? What's going on? It's a Red Cup special tonight, so my man Kalon just have a little problem.
He just blinked y'all.
I know, with the diction. He's having a problem with the diction.
They really one motherfucker.
I could go back to the beginning of the show. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Don't go back to the beginning of the show. Anyway, wow. Oh, hey, we got the Justice fight over here.
My man Gerald Griggs
flying by with his red cup.
So let's get back to it, yo. Let's get back to it.
Yes, sir.
Attorney at large.
Yeah. So we was talking when we left. We was talking about Jermaine Dupri and the shenanigans around the Super Bowl pre-parties. And you guys mentioned something when we were off air we wanted to get into also. It's like Freaknik is coming back. Apparently sponsored by some of these same folks who are supporting the NFL and not supporting Kaepernick or the Mothers of Police Brutality.
Wait, before you go to that part, because of the fact that it's very important. You know what I mean? Let's talk about some of the other events because of the fact that there's folks, the majority of our listeners don't live in Atlanta. You know what I mean? We take for granted that, we're in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So we talk about things like everybody knows what's going on. So first and foremost, if you don't mind, please tell folks, and we talk about this whole NFL Live situation, the Super Bowl Live. Tell the folks what that is and how.
Okay, so Atlanta has, for you guys have been to Atlanta, has Centennial Olympic Park. And so Super Bowl Live has taken over Centennial Olympic Park with a big concert venue that's been for the whole week, where they have different concerts, different acts featured during the week by Mr. Jermaine Dupri, put on by Verizon. And so the issue that people are having is it's associated with the Super Bowl, and there has been a protest, a boycott for the last 2 years on the NFL, and now Mr. Dupri has crossed the picket line.
Crossed the picket line. Okay, so now these concerts, what type of concerts and who are some of the performers? Because of the fact that we got to get down to the nitty gritty. We can't just, it's unfair for us to just throw rocks at Jermaine. We want to see who else signed on with Jermaine because of the fact that if we're talking about, see, the thing is, one thing about Africans in America or so-called African Americans, we're not held accountable. Mm-hmm. When folks are talking about going to Israel to perform, it's an uproar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You will get blasted. The Palestinians do not fuck around when it comes to folks crossing. No, not at all. So you will feel bad. They're forced to not get down with it. But in the black community, unfortunately, motherfuckers are getting passes. Folks like Erykah Badu, and I'm gonna say that. You know what I mean?
What Erykah do? Wait a minute. I like Erykah. What she do?
Co-signing for R. Kelly, trying to
she did
defend his bullshit.
Damn, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, and see the thing is here at Renegade Culture, I'm gonna just straight up tell y'all here at Renegade Culture, we are an anomaly. We don't give a fuck.
I know. I like the Orange Moon, man. That was a good song.
Yes, we don't give a fuck who you are or where you come from. If you violate our people, myself, if I cross the line, then I'm held accountable. That's how this thing works. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between a comrade and a friend.
True that.
You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, we have no friends who cross picket lines.
Let's hear some of these artists.
Some of these other artists.
Some of these folks.
Well, I don't know all of the artists.
Who we know?
You got Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
No.
That's halftime.
I think he's doing the halftime show.
Yeah,
I love
Travis
Sicko
Scott.
Yo.
And you also got Big Boy doing the halftime from
The
Outkast.
halftime
Yeah, he's
is
actually
different
doing a
from
halftime.
Super Bowl Live.
But still,
okay.
no, that's still a part of it.
I mean, that's like Jay-Z and Rihanna turning down the halftime.
And
Like,
honestly,
he's not gonna do
Cardi
it.
B turned it down.
I'm gonna say this too. Like we talk about Jay-Z. One thing Jay-Z said in his song, and of course Jay-Z, I can't front. I'm a fan of his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm clear that Jay-Z's a capitalist. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? I treat that shit like entertainment or whatever. And he has some explaining to do as well. However, one thing he said in his song, he said he turned down the Super Bowl. He said, "You need me, I don't need you." He said he's selling out arenas too.
We in stadiums too, and they sold out Mercedes-Benz 2 nights.
2 nights in a row, and they left with like $14 million. So with that $14 million, you need to bring that shit
But
back.
according to Mr. Dupri, by way of your
this is
meeting,
again
he's
according
got a
to
message.
Yeah, he again according to Mr. Dupri. I haven't spoken directly with Jay-Z, but the message was
A personal message from Jay-Z that he did not turn down the Super Bowl for anything dealing with any kind of boycott, for anything dealing with any kind of movement. It was strictly because he wasn't getting paid.
Okay, well I don't.
So I said either JD knows something that we don't,
Yeah.
Well, listen, let me tell you something. JD,
or he needs some straight.
Cardi B turned it down. Cardi B had more politics.
Right, and if Cardi B turned it down, I mean,
I said this.
and Rihanna.
yeah, please say something.
I'm about to raise his hand.
Brother raised his hand
Raise his
like
hand.
class, like he at MD Collins High School in College Park. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm more the Lake Show side of that area.
Well, I went to MD Collins Junior High
so
School.
we take it all the way back. You know, when they started combining all the schools,
don't even talk about taking it all the way
killing
back.
the community camaraderie.
Hold on,
Nobody.
MD Collins don't take it way back.
Stop.
Oh, MD also.
Wait a minute. Nobody knows what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah.
I went to
It's too
prep
local.
school, so I was like,
It's way too local right now.
Well, okay.
What you gonna say?
Real quick though, there were several high schools back in the.
Oh no. Nobody wanna hear that shit.
No, seriously.
What else was you gonna say?
No, this is important.
You gotta tell the story about your high school.
No.
This is Atlanta.
The consolidation of multiple high schools. Multiple high schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, MD became, Creekside along with Fellwood and other little things, Lakeshore, Westlake and Westwood,
Yes.
you go on, and it truly killed the unification of the individual communities. It really is. So that's
All
you know.
right.
Let me just
No, please don't.
real quick.
Oh, God.
Can I say this? I feel like a lot of people look at it like the football players aren't doing a strike, so why should we take a strike seriously?
because it's bigger than the football players.
Absolutely. And Gerald Griggs, I gotta agree to justify fighting live on air.
But how do you respond to that? How do you respond to that?
How do I explain that? I mean, listen, if people still want to ride the bus, and Rosa said we ain't riding the bus, we're going to call the people that's still riding the bus. So I don't care if the bus drivers are still driving the bus. There's a protest going on.
That's right. That's right.
Let me say this while Attorney Griggs is sitting right here.
For the record, I disagree with Gerald Griggs on air. So you know what I'm saying?
You said you agree with him?
Yes.
I had to.
There you go.
I mean, what the fuck we gonna say?
True that. No, he was right.
Because it's definitely not about the players. Because if it was about the players, and if the players were serious and if they weren't on a slave ship, like LeBron was talking about, then they would have sided with their comrade Kaepernick when he took the knee. But how many of the motherfuckers decided to drop out of the NFL and to say that, look, this is my man or whatever? I can't see, with us being at this table right now, You understand what I'm saying? And a few of you are my comrades. You know what I'm saying? This is our first time having a convo. No, I'm just saying straight up. This is my first time having a convo with y'all at this length.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if we sit down and we say we have a plan, and we decide that we're all going to stand down on the situation, and any one of us deviate, then you are an enemy to what it is we're doing. You understand what I'm saying? And we got to deal with that. And that's what I'm talking about with the situation in Israel. But in the black community, like I said, there's no accountability. So a cat like Jermaine Dupri would have been able to float past this shit. Yeah. But we're ending that shit.
And the reason I even laid out the high school and the history and all that, because Jermaine emphatically claims College Park. I'm from College Park.
Right.
You know, and whether you College Park, East Point, Swats, the Atlanta metropolitan area is rich in history. We're coined the birthplace of the civil rights movement. Griggs already talked about Dr. King. And, I mean, there is no other opportunity like now. Right. We have 2 seasons completed, 2 regular seasons completed of protests. And even Nike with its semi-support, considering that, you know,
it's
been highlighted now that Nike, you know, pushes a lot of money towards the Republican Party. It's a whole other issue. I don't care what party you're from, but depending on what your politics are. But here we are in ATL with the rebirth, the resurgence of Jermaine Dupri and all the other artists. I have to always say I'm so disappointed in Goody Mob for even signing on to this. I grew up, I was raised, some of my conscious thought process come from, you know, who's that peeking in my window? I mean, how nobody now, I mean, totally something different than me. You know, I mean, so.
Shout out to Hillendale, where I was at.
I mean, it's like, man, you don't get the momentum of this protest, then falling on the city of ATL. Now, me and Attorney Griggs had a good conversation. It's not my, you know, happy to discuss on air what we, you know, talked about privately. But, you know, I put some videos out there. I was heated about this meeting. You know, it was obvious to me that JD wasn't authentic. You know, I think when he came in with his camera crew, unbeknownst to everybody else, that showed them. So Screw coming in with the camera crew, he's got footage of even riding to the event. You know, all of this was to make them look good. And so
it was game, basically.
It was hella game because here, you know, it's a lot I got to say on this here, but you know, I appreciate
over again. Hey, and he brings good things to drink.
It's the Red Cup special. When my man Marcus comes, it's the Red Cup special. You know
Number 2, whenever you want to come through, make sure you have the red cups, brother.
Right.
Are
we toasting?
And who else we got?
Let's toast to the memory.
We got toast to the memories.
No doubt, Nahanda Abiodun. Shout out to Nahanda. Matter of fact, I think we need to talk about Nahanda in the outro.
Oh no, definitely, man. I definitely want to talk about
Nahanda. Yes. We have Attorney Gerald Griggs here, and Attorney Gerald Griggs has been telling us some things about what's been going on with Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, the Super Bowl stuff.
We must forewarn Attorney Gerald Griggs.
You're right. Red Cup special, baby.
Yes, indeed. It's okay. We must forewarn Attorney Gerald Griggs that we are a part of the movement.
True that.
And we pretty much know everything that's moving out this bitch.
We do.
Because of the fact that we got to understand what's popping, or we won't be.
I was interested because, like, before we came on, I mentioned briefly, like, you know, I've been to Cuba like 6 times. I knew Asada. He was like, you know Asada?
Right.
It's the movement, B.
Yeah. I think they confuse, you know, the work we do with some of the shit that some of these folks around here do.
No, I know,
And they don't understand why we have a chip on our shoulders and decide to work on, because of the fact that we actually put in work, and that work is, the thing is, we came in after the human rights or the Panther movement, and before the internet. So it's a hell of a place where we at. You know what I'm saying? Always talk about how when I was born Nixon was president.
You're old, B.
I went to prison.
You are so old.
I was in the streets and Reagan was the president. I was in prison. Bush was the president.
Oh my damn.
You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is,
let me stop you.
Yes.
When I was born, Johnson was president.
That man said when he was born,
Lyndon Baines Johnson.
George Washington was
Carter
the president.
was the president.
This man said
Carter was the president.
Carter was the president.
Niggar.
Yo, let me stop
my language.
I mean, only wrap
for
up.
2 years.
When you were born?
78.
78. I was in the 3rd grade in 78. But anyway,
I was 11.
Telling all my motherfucking business.
Everybody know you're old, B.
Yes.
Let me. Yo, you know what we forgot to do? Well, 2 things, quick things. One thing in particular, I think it's something that you was alluding to, is what we really want to do is to make sure that folks don't get to divide us in the movement. Some of us come from a more of a civil rights tradition with some black power.
Right.
Some of us come from a black power, more black nationalist tradition. But we got to realize, like, there's things that we have in common, things we want to fight for, and we don't want people dividing us on our politics. We want to be able to have those sit-down conversations and see where we can work on things, where we can do things together, so that nobody else on the outside community can come in and say, like, oh, they're about this and they're about that.
Right.
Let us tell you what we're about. Let you tell us what we're about, what you're about, and then we're all going to get together and figure out what we're going to work in the middle.
Important to have an attorney, Gerald Griggs, who comes in representing the NAACP, because that's what Renegade Culture is about. You know, we probably haven't been fucking with the NAACP hard since Robert Williams.
True,
you know what I'm saying? Because in fact, Robert F. Williams was someone that actually put in that soldier work. And aside from him,
Negroes with guns.
Right, and another hero that you need to understand when you talk about the NAACP is Chairman Fred Hampton, who was 14 years old when he joined the NAACP, and they had a Fed file when he was with the NAACP because of the fact that his organizing ability. The state recognized him as early as 14. He was assassinated at 21 when he was the deputy chairman of the state of Illinois, of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's very important that we know the history of these formations that we get down with.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say that we have disdain for the NAACP, but we know that it has been compromised, and we work with a number of different people who have been willingly compromised, just like we talked to our brother Marcus Coleman. We first met him.
He was compromised.
He
was compromised.
Willingly compromised.
No.
He was compromised.
No. He was a part of the National Action Network.
He was compromised. Yeah.
But the beautiful thing,
to do with the hair, right? The long
Al
hair.
when he was Fat Al.
Fat Al. You was down with him when he was Fat Al.
Yeah. Just like we'll talk about that later. Not Al Roker, but Al Sharpton.
He was starting the diet. I can at least say
he
that.
started the diet. Al Roker and Al Sharpton was on the diet at the same time. They both lost weight, but it's all good. But my man Marcus Coleman decided to get on the right side of history.
And what's his organization now?
Save Ourselves.
That's right.
Save Ourselves.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, because we definitely need to save ourselves.
Yeah. So let me break in, though. Let me break in.
Yes.
Because, my man Naka, he spends a lot of time writing these questions in the bowl.
Whole lot of time.
So we got a segment called Naka's Nonsense, where we ask our guests questions about things going on in the world based on Naka's superior intellect. Which makes him...
Before you say that.
What happened?
Because Naka's superior intellect, the only other brother I see that can rival with Naka's superior intellect is Sleep. From the Book of Sleep.
True that.
True. So Naka is our personal Renegade Culture Book of Sleep. If we ever think about starting a religion, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Naka would be the G-O.
He's the God.
G-A-W-D.
Hey, thanks for all your candy.
God.
Continue, please.
All right, my bad. All right, so here's the question I pulled from the bowl.
Thank you. The toilet bowl.
It was, when was the last time you cried? What the hell is that?
When was the last time you cried?
Earlier today, at the funeral for Jimmy Atchison.
Wow.
So now you're going to turn this serious.
The number one,
the
newest individual has been shot by the police here in Atlanta. He was killed on January 22nd. Here in Atlanta. So that
tell us about that story, Joe. Since we definitely
so basically, he was in his girlfriend's apartment over at Allen Temple, now Allen Forest or something like that. Now on MLK, they were trying to serve a warrant, which we have learned is not officially the story that happened. He jumped out the window, ran. They caught him in his the Candy lady's apartment, and they executed him by shooting him in the face. That case has not gotten the national attention because of the Super Bowl, and so we're trying to raise awareness to that. There will be a vigil tomorrow at City Hall at 7 p.m. here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I saw Roland Martin cover it.
Yes, he did. We're starting to get national coverage, and we just hope people know the name Jimmy Atchison.
And how old was Jimmy Atchison?
21.
He's 21
Father
years
of two.
Okay.
He has, I believe, an 8-year-old and a 11-month-old.
Are you representing them? Or?
No, I'm in the activist space in this one with the NAACP. But we want everyone to gather around this issue for Mr. Atchison.
I saw a sister, an attorney that's
yes, Tanya Miller is the attorney of record on this case.
Okay. We may have to have Tanya Miller, maybe some family, and you back on to talk about what's going on. Next episode,
go ahead.
we will actually have Monteria Robinson, whose son was shot 67 times.
76 times.
76 times, excuse me. And we actually walked through the house, a number of us.
You were there when we did the walk.
Yes. I think all three of us walked through there and saw what went on, brain matter and all types of stuff. So we're going to be talking to her next week.
And it was the same department, the same fugitive squad that murdered Jermaine Robinson that also killed Jimmy Atchison.
Okay,
that classify under the federal jurisdiction.
Yes.
Right. So with that being said, and this is the first serious answer we got for Knockers.
I know. I feel like now I can't do comedy.
Yeah, now I'm
Now we
like,
have to
you
talk seriously,
can't
too.
bum rush it.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Knockers sitting
don't
over
mess
there.
it up, Knocker. Don't
Yeah.
mess it up.
No, I'm not messing up. We also have an internet question from Jonathan B.
Jonathan B. John B.
Jonathan B. Yes. He's
John B's
asking,
back.
Singer?
Why does the
Yeah.
NAACP still call themselves Negroes?
Wow,
We call
John
ourselves
B.
colored, not Negro,
Yeah,
because
colored.
we represent all
Knocker
colors
don't
of
know
the
shit.
spectrum.
Knocker, no other
There has been
answer.
questions at the National Convention about changing the name. It has to go to a full committee vote, and it hasn't reached that. But that's why we represent all the colors that have been affected by civil rights discrimination, and that's why.
Yeah.
Can
I'm not sure if I'm down with that answer. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
okay.
I'm not mad at
That's
you.
the political
You
answer.
tried. You tried.
That was a colored answer.
That was what you tried.
I'm fucking with you,
Can
though.
can I sprinkle something?
Go ahead, join in.
Sprinkle your color.
Go ahead.
It would be nice. Well, true. We know the history of the.
NAACP?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I'm not even going to that deep.
Okay.
The individuals that helped create or created.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I would like to see,
Mhm.
and who am I?
You
Colored
Marcus
people to some type of way, and the branding is going to be affected.
Yeah.
But people of color, to me
Yeah.
that means.
But
But look,
I can bring that up in Detroit.
Yeah.